Okay, glossary of the lesson: constituency, majority, opposition, press conference. I think it is clear to you people. Constituency means a particular area from the voters living, and they are choosing the representative, and that is, it may be in panchayat ward or in the MLA constituency, like that. Majority, this is the situation where more than half of the number in a group support a decision or an idea. If there is 100 members, 51 member want to support that one, that it is known as the majority. Then comes the opposition. It refers to elect a representative who are not members of the ruling party and who play the role of questioning government decision and action, as well as the raise new issues for consideration of the assembly. So the opposition means those who are part of legislative assembly, but they are not part of the ruling party. They are not part of the ruling party. And what are their duties? They want to ask questions to the government about their decision as well as action, and they want to raise the new issues, what is upcoming issues of the society. Next one, it is the press conference, a gathering of the journalists from the media who are invited to hear about and ask question on a particular issue and are then expected to report on this to the larger public. Means press media means a group of journalists, they are coming, and those who they got the invitation to a particular department or a particular person to discuss a particular topic or issue what they already announced, and they having the permission to they can hear about that particular issue, as well as they can ask the questions about that particular issues. Then after that, they want to give a report in front of the public. If it is TV channels or the press media like a newspaper, they want to give in front of the people. So we already have given the question answer. We discussed that one. Means I have given the notes of that one already in last week. So we are moving to the next lesson. That is the fourth lesson of our civics. In this lesson, this is the fourth lesson, and lesson name: growing up as a boy and girl. Boys and girls means we can see two types of genders in the society. That is boys and girls. In the classroom also we can see that one. And let us go through the lesson first. This is the introduction part and given some and other things. Then we can see the next one, growing up in Samoa in 1920s. Samoa, that is one of the island group in that how the people, children, boy or girl, how they was living. Then growing up male in Madhya Pradesh in 1960s. What was the condition of the male child in 1960s? For that is in Madhya Pradesh, part of India. Then we can see one picture story. My mother does not work. Mother is not working, like that child is saying, and the narration is going on. Then valuing housework, because why child said like that, my mother is not working, because we are not giving value to the housework, how much our mother is doing there inside the home. Then the next portion, it is the body is asking us to give value to the household work, what your mother is doing, or the servants who are coming and doing. Okay, next topic, it is the life the domestic workers. In cities or in the rich people, they are calling the domestic workers for cleaning of a house, washing of vessels, clothes, like that. And what is the condition of their life and how they are facing the different problems in the society, like that. Then women's work and inequality in the working session, not in the at home or in like that anywhere. Commonly the ladies, they are getting equality or not, how much work they are doing, according to that they are getting payment or not. That is the next topic. Then comes the exercise, then comes the glossary. So let us go through one by one. and it is very interesting chapter because usually we are in 6th standard 7th standard we are means saying like that he's a boy, so I don't want to speak to him. So we was friends up to 5th standard 4th standard, now we are not friends, like that some of the students they are saying. So we want to understand what is really what it mean or why we are getting like this, or some groupism because of boy or girl in the classroom or outside, like that we are going to see. Then first topic, that is the introduction, growing up as a boys and girls. Being a boy or a girl is an important part of one's identity. As a if you are a child or a school student or a member of the society, you we are having the identity as boy or girl. Girls they are sometimes they are feeling like that parents are not giving freedom to us like boys, or boys they are feeling like that mother is not calling me to kitchen to work, like that some questions arising in our mind. So we are having the identity as a boy or girl in the society. According to that, some of the work we want to do, some of the role we want to play. The society we grow up in teach us what kind of behavior is acceptable for a for girls and boys, what boys and girls can or cannot do. The society when we is a small child as a KG student or primary student or even 6th standard 7th standard student, we are getting some of the instruction from our teachers, from parents, from friends, like that this as a boy you can't do this one, or as a girl you should not speak like this, some instruction we are getting. Next one, we often grow up thinking that these things are exactly the same everywhere. And what instruction we are getting here in PVM school and our Karur area, is it same to Kerala students or some other school students of this Karur itself, or some of the other cities of Tamil Nadu, Coimbatore or Salem, is it same or not? Normally it won't be like that. But do all societies look at boys and girls in the same way? And we will try and answer these questions in this chapter. We are going to get the answer why these differences, why all the societies are not in equal, like that things we will get the answer. Then we will look also at how the different role assigned to boys and girls prepare them for their future role as men and women in the school also, in the classroom also. Everywhere we can see the different roles are given to some boys and girls, or as a boy you are having some roles, as a girl you are having some roles. What we are doing or what the society is trying or what your family members trying to help you people to develop some of the skills or some of the ability in you or talent in you, to develop that one for what, to give the idea how you should live in the future when you are becoming an adult. And the roles women play and the work they do are usually valued less than the role of men play and the work they do, even though if they are doing the same same amount of work and the boy and girl is doing, but normally or a lady and gent is doing in the society, we can see that the giving maximum values to the work of the gents and less value to the work of the ladies. This chapter will also examine how inequality between men and emerge in the area of work, means the it is in the school or in the factory or at home, why these differences or inequality, especially here in India, what is condition, why it is like that, things we are going to see. Then growing up in Samoa in 1920s, before our independence, that is the one of the island that is in the part of the Pacific Ocean, and what was the condition of that people there in that Samoa, that we are going to study. The Samoa Islands are part of the large group of small islands in the southern part of the Pacific Ocean in 1920s. According to research report on Samoa society, children did not go to school. First thing in 1920s, children they was not going to school. They learned many things such as how to take care of children or how, do household work from elder children and from adults. What they are doing, they are learning many things. The life skill they are learning, how to take care of the small kids or how to do the kitchen work, how to do the cleaning of the house. Like that things they are learning from their elders as well as from the adult. Fishing was very important activity on the island. Young people therefore learned to undertake long fishing expeditions. What the main activity or main livelihood of the people of that area, that is fishing. So the young people they are do fishing. So the children only will remain at home. Then they want to take care about the small kids at home. But they learn these things at a different point of their childhood. Even in childhood they are getting the experience, or they are getting the practical work how to do the fishing and other things. As soon as the babies could walk, their mothers or other adults no longer look after them. See how our parents are protecting us. When the child is started to walk, when the child will started to walk 7 to 8 months, or in 1 year they will start to walk small a little bit, or a second year we can 2 years old. Okay, that time onwards the mother or the adult members they won't look after. Then elder children means the big brother or sister, they will look after. Often as young as 5-year-old look after their responsibility. Is looking after the child of 1 year and 1.5 year 2-year child. A 5-year child should take care of that responsibility. The boys and girls looked after their young siblings. Means not only girls. Nowadays we can see at home, if there is like a elder girl, means like a 7th standard child, and your younger is there in a 2-year 3-year, and mother or father used to say like that, please take care of that child by girl child. That is the usual thing what we are observing in the villages of India. But there in Samoa, they are the boys and girls, they want to look after the small kids. Then next one, but by the time the boy was about 9 years old, he joined the elder boys learning outdoor jobs like fishing and planting coconuts. They started to learn the fishing and coconut. That by which year? By 9 years old. Then girls has to continue looking after small children or do errands of adults until they were a teenager. When the girl child is becoming the teenager, up to that time they will be continuing the inside home. But once they become teenager, they had much more freedom. After the age of 14 or so, girls also went for fishing trip. Their girls also going to fishing and work in the plantations, learn how to weave baskets, like that things. Even when the boys they starting their work by 9 years, and girls by 14 years they are getting they are also starting to work like a boy. Means there is no that much difference in boys and girls, even in the smaller age or in the afterwards also. Then cooking was done in a special cooking house where boys were supposed to do most of the work, while girls help with the preparation. The girls they will cut the vegetables or the washing the vessels, like that, and the maximum work should do by the boys. Can you imagine like that one village here in India? Okay, so we will continue in next day. Thank you. Have a nice day.